Well, good evening, and welcome to the Will Austin Show here on iHeartRadio. We appreciate you being here. We hope that you've enjoyed some of the shows that we've posted recently. Those with Sonny Johnson, those with Robert Stacey McCain, and Brandon Darby. Tonight is going to be a tough thing for me because you know what, we talk about violence and what happens on the street all the time, but it is rare. It is rare, fortunately, that it comes so close to your own heart. It comes so close to you. A few nights ago, in Washington D.C., I'll read to you what the Metropolitan Police Department has on their website. On Wednesday, May 27, 2015, at approximately 9:40. Ms. Sharnice Milton was shot and killed at the 2700 block of Good Hope Road Southeast. Metropolitan Police Department seeks the public's assistance in gathering information regarding this homicide. Now, it sounds like a horrible thing that this woman was killed at about 20 till 10 on a Wednesday night. And that's bad enough. But when you find out who this young woman was or is, it brings the pain of this sort of senseless, awful violence even deeper into your own spirit. Sharnice Milton was the daughter, or is the daughter, of my friend Ken McClinton. Kenneth McClinton is the host of the Exceptional Conservative Show that broadcasts out of Washington D.C. And Sharnice is his daughter. And when I saw this on Facebook, I was hurt to my heart. I was stunned. I was stopped, and I thought to myself, "What do I say? What do you say?" Because there can't be anything worse than having to bury your child. Because frankly, it ain't supposed to work that way. They're supposed to bury us. We're not supposed to bury them. No matter how old you get or how old they get. You're not supposed to bury them. They're supposed to bury you. And when you have to bury your child over some bullshit, and I don't know what the deal is here. No one does. But it appears, in as far as we can tell, is that Sharnice was not the target of this shooting. But when you have to bury your baby over some bullshit, that's got to be it amps up the horribleness to untold disease, untold heights. Now, Ken and Sharnice's mom, especially Ken, is very staid and very stable in the Word of God, and that will be his healing. I don't think you can ever get over something like this. You just get on with it. You never get over it. You just get on with it. And Ken understands his purpose here. Ken understands why he's here on this planet, why he's still here. Although as a father, he would trade places with her in a New York second. But it's his faith that buoys you through times that it just can't be any darker. It just couldn't be any darker than it is now. It is a light that comes from the Word of God that keeps him going, and I pray that he and his family are comforted by the Holy Spirit through these times. That the Holy Spirit brings to them the comfort that they so desperately need to continue to be a light shining through this very dark time for them. So again, our condolences from the Willie Lawson Show and our affiliate partners and my family, Walter Kin and Sharnice's mom. We've had this, and we have this impending summer of discontent in the urban neighborhood, in the urban community. And what's starting, frankly, to get on my nerves is Black Lives Matter, but they only seem to matter if the black life is taken by a white cop. Now, it doesn't seem to matter if a black life is taken by a white doctor in form of an abortion. An entire generation of black people have been murdered in utero. In this social experiment that black people seem to continue to participate in. They don't want to get their kids vaccinated because of the Tuskegee Airmen, but they'll gladly continue to support people like Planned Parenthood in this genocide against themselves. And I'm the hater. I'm the self-hating Negro because I'm not a liberal Democrat, and I don't go along with it. So I must, as a self-described conservative Republican, I must be the self-hating Negro. While a lot of these people continue to participate and support self-genocide, but then it can't be anything other than genocide. When you look at the number of black children that have been murdered in utero, it's genocide. Now, when you look at the white children, I think that, you know what you're talking about? You're just talking about collateral damage in this experiment. Now, yesterday in my own hometown, right here in Tampa, let's see if we can get this back up on the computer screen. We had some trouble a little earlier. Let's see if we can. A young man, 14 years old, Edward Harris IV, 14-year-old Edward Harris IV, witnessed a stabbing a year ago and then cooperated with police. Now, a couple of months afterwards, he was shot at. But yesterday, while in a park, was gunned down. Not by the police. Not by some George Zimmerman idiot. Not by somebody who was he wasn't shot apparently by anybody white that anybody could tell. 14 years old. Murdered, gunned down at a local park. When's it going to stop? When is it going to stop? That's what I want to know. When is it going to stop? And frankly, I don't think it's going to stop until black people get a grip on what the problem really is. Because I'm really of the mind that black folks that we in our own community don't have a solid grip on what the problem is or where the problem lies and who the good guys are and who the bad guys are. This is some very simple stuff. In order to get control in any situation, you have to know who the good guys are and who the bad guys are. When I taught in the classroom for 15 years, when you walk into any classroom situation that you're having classroom management situations, you have to be able to assess pretty quickly in that classroom of students who are the good guys and who are the bad guys. Who are the good kids and who are the troublemakers? You've got to be able to assess that pretty quickly. And it's tricky because it's not always by their skin color, their ethnicity, what they're dressed like, what neighborhoods they live in. It isn't that. It hardly is ever that simple. Hardly ever that simple. But you better get that talent. And I think that in our community that we have forgotten that we need to figure out who is on our side and who is not on our side. Because if we do not, there may be a time, frankly, I think in the not too distant future, where black folks will not play a significant role in the rest of American history. Black Americans in the very near future will not play a very significant role in the future of this country. If we don't do something about and for our children soon. All right, we're going to take a little break. We'll be back in just a few with more of the Will Austin Show right here on iHeartRadio. Thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for hanging in with the Will Austin Show. Thank you for sharing this with other folks. Thank you for all the listens that we have. And we have quite a few listens for our little show. And we are truly appreciative. We'll be back right after these messages.
Go Caleb! Come on, hit a homer, Jesse!
Let's go, guys!
Hey, did you guys know that kids who play sports earn more money when they grow up?
Of course. I knew that.
Hey, did you guys know that kids who read books have a bigger vocabulary?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Jinx. Did you guys know that friendly children have more friends?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's true. I knew that. Did you guys know that winter babies are better at music?
Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obvious.
Oh, hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Huh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure I knew that.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
All in together now. We can make it better now. Come on, can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
We rope it up,
Cause we know how to jump.
we roll it out,
Cause we know how to skate.
we'll cut it down,
Cause we know what to eat.
we'll swap it out.
We eat healthy stuff.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Yeah, well come on.
Today's a good day to grab your kids and hang out with them for an hour. Dance, walk, play a sport, or cook a healthy meal. Because just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your child healthier.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
We'll ball it up,
Cause we know how to hoop.
we'll mess around,
Cause we know how to play.
we'll drop it down,
Cause we know how to dance.
we'll veg it up.
Veggie night and day.
Can we do it?
Search We Can online to find doable tips and activities that you can use every day to keep you and your kids healthy. Remember, that's We Can. A message from the Ad Council, HHS, and NIH's We Can program.
You have discriminating taste and an eye for the impressive. You need to surround yourself with not only beauty, but quality. That is why you are looking for a new construction home for you and your family. Let the experts at New Homes of Tampa Bay guide you to and through your new home purchase process. With access to hundreds of model homes throughout the Tampa Bay area, New Homes of Tampa Bay is sure to find that perfect match of budget and beauty you are looking for. New Homes of Tampa Bay can save you thousands of dollars while costing you nothing. Call us today before you start your new home search. New Homes of Tampa Bay at 813-770-9452. and at www.newhomestpa.com.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to report a bear sighting.
Location.
In the woods, just outside of town.
Oh, not surprising. You've got your home. Bears have theirs.
Yeah, but see, this wasn't just any bear. This bear was wearing jeans and a hat, as in Smokey Bear.
Jeans and a hat. That's definitely Smokey. What exactly did he have to say?
Well, we were about to head home, after having a bonfire.
Oh, I can guess where this is going.
Right. See, Smokey told me the fire wasn't actually out. He said if it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
That's true. Did you know that 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans? That means 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
Wow, no kidding?
I'm a forest ranger. We never kid.
Sorry.
that was a joke.
Oh.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference, because 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at smokeybear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
All right. Thank you for again for coming to the Will Austin Show. Tonight we are brought to you by New Homes of Tampa Bay. Call my friend Gary, 813-770-9452 if you're looking for a brand new home here in the Tampa Bay area, especially, or anywhere in the state of Florida, really. And guess what will happen? They'll help you with the process, especially if it's a brand new home, new construction home. They'll help you through the process. And because you told them about it, because you heard it here on the Willie Lawson Show, you are eligible for a $1,000 gift card at the end of the process to either Lowe's or IKEA or Home Depot. You can't beat that. And all you did was listen to this show. That's all you did. You said, hey, Gary, Willie told me to... And there you go. There you are. Great promotions, like 1% of the home's value if you use their service. You actually get 1% cash back on a house. Who in the heck gives cash back on a house? New Homes of Tampa Bay gives cash back on a house. That's a house. Who gets cash back on a house? Now, you've got a Plenty card, you've got a CVS card, you've got your credit cards that give you cash back. Some infinitesimal percentage, 0.0005003 on your gasoline purchase. New Homes Tampa Bay give you a 1% back on cash back on the sale price of a house. The average check that a bunch of people missed out on last year was $3,100. 1% on a house. New Homes Tampa Bay. That's newhomestpa.com. And that's 813-770-9452. All right. We're talking today or this evening about something that's really bothers me. That really makes me sad. You know what? It makes me. You have something that makes you angry, and it makes you sad, and you're frustrated because you don't have an answer for it. You don't have the answer for it either. You want an answer. You want someone to come up with an answer, but you don't have it either. I don't have the magic pill, the magic potion to solve this very, very pervasive problem. In the open, we talked about Kim and Clinton's daughter, Sharnice, who was murdered on the 27th on the streets of our nation's capital. We talked about the millions of black babies that have been murdered in utero in this social experiment of abortion. We talked about a young man that was gunned down in a park yesterday. Now, ostensibly, we think that he was shot because he cooperated with the police in a stabbing that he saw a year ago. They tried to shoot him a few months after the stabbing, but they were able to murder him in a park yesterday. And with George Soros and all the leftists coming out with in Ferguson and in New York and in Baltimore, the hashtag Black Lives Matter, but do they? Do they matter? Do they only matter when it serves the leftists? And I think that that's something that our black leaders in our community, I'm not talking about the buttholes like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. I'm talking about the real leaders, the people who get up every day and care about what happens around them. We have to start understanding that a lot of our community leaders are being used. That we are being used, and we have to start looking at things differently. Because does it really only matter if the life of a 14-year-old is taken by a white cop? So are you telling me that the life of Edward Davis, I guess, the fourth, who was gunned down not by a white cop, that his life means less? That his life doesn't matter as much? That Sharnice Milton, because she was not gunned down by a white Metro police officer, that her life means less? That doesn't matter as much? That these children that were killed in utero, that were killed through abortion, that were sliced into pieces and sucked out with a vacuum cleaner and put in a trash can, that their lives don't matter because they were not murdered they were not shot by a white police officer? Now, when you say it that way, it doesn't even make any damn sense, does it? It doesn't even make any sense. But I'm telling you, these people who have infiltrated the urban community and that are using black leaders, including pastors, in these efforts to continue to keep things stirred up, to keep violence and destruction, death and destruction going in these neighborhoods as part of this grand experiment to make sure that we self-extinguish. Because that's I truly, and I'm not. If you listen to my show, you know that I am not a conspiratorialist. But I do think that there is, in certain circles, in certain liberal leftist circles, a plan for the Negro to self-extinguish. That's why the nonsense that happens in our community is, no matter how crazy it gets, there's always some white liberal, white leftist that's willing to show up and say, "Oh, you don't understand. It's their culture, and they, you know what, and we can't judge, and blah blah blah." No matter how destructive it is, although we are damn sure that we've known for years that the absence of the black male in the family unit has destroyed families, has upset the balance. And we've seen the numbers that say that children who grow up without a male figure in the house, especially black children that grow up without a male figure in the house, don't do as well. They're more likely not to graduate from high school. They're more likely to end up in prison. They're more likely to be murdered. We know this. This is not new. And this is not news, but now we have a culture that anytime you bring that stuff up, you're blaming the victim. Here's what I think about the whole concept of blaming the victim. If I walk across the train track, and walk in front of a train, I'm the victim. Whose fault was it? So sometimes the people who end up victimizing, the victim victimize themselves by their behavior. If I walk in front of an oncoming train, is it the train track's fault? Is it the train's fault? Is it the people who built the tracks there? Is it an engineer that's that's driving the train? But if I see the train and walk in front of the train anyway, and I get hit, how is it not my fault? If I throw a firebomb, if I throw a Molotov cocktail into a business in Ferguson that's owned by my neighbors, and it burns down the whole frickin' block, How is that death and destruction not my fault? How am I not responsible for that? How was the responsibility of that taken out of my hands? Well, it's taken out of my hands by white leftist media. That's how it's taken out of my hands. And so you can't judge me because you didn't experience 400 years of slavery. Well, let me help you. I didn't experience 400 years of slavery either. Now, have I experienced racism? Well, yeah, sure I have. But you know what it hasn't made me do? As frustrated as I was and upset as I was, it did not for 1 second did I think, I'll get those bastards. I'll set fire to the Kentucky Fried Chicken in my own damn neighborhood. It just never came to mind because it's asinine. Which is why now the left busses in agitators, angels of death, to spread that sort of hate and destruction in urban neighborhoods. Because it's becoming more and more apparent to people who are saying, it doesn't make, no matter how angry we are, it doesn't make any damn sense to burn up your, like Sonny Johnson said, it doesn't make any sense, like in Baltimore, to burn up your own shit. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense to do. And because when all the agitators are gone, when Soros busts all the agitators out, and they're back off to on a plane going to the G8 summit or the G20 summit somewhere around the world to be anarchists there, what are we left with where we live? We're left with Newark, New Jersey. We're left with abandoned, burned out buildings. We're left with less hope, fewer jobs, less opportunity than ever before. We have not gained a damn thing. And where are all those, quote, organizers gone off to the next project of death and destruction? Where are they? Where are the Sharptons? Where the hell is Al Sharpton? And you know what? Demanding justice for Sharnice Milton. Where is he? Where is he? Where is Jesse Jackson in making sure that we stem the tide, at least, of the murder of black children by organizations such as Planned Parenthood? Maybe things would have been different. Maybe he would have been elected president. Maybe things would be different in a lot of these communities had some of the black children that were supposed to be alive, if they were actually alive. You think? Did you think about it that way? How different things may be if some of the children who will be adults now were actually alive. Where's Al Sharpton in Tampa, holding rallies for justice for this young man? Let me see what his name is again. Make sure I don't want to misquote his name. For Edward Harris IV. Where are the rallies for Edward Harris IV? Was gunned down in a park. Actually, I tell you what, not far from where I'm sitting tonight. Where are the instigators? Where's the anonymous? And where's all those people who we saw in Ferguson, who we saw in Baltimore, who we saw in New York? Where are they now? Where's justice for Sharnice? Where's justice for Edward? Where's justice for countless black babies that have been murdered in utero? Where's their justice? Their blood cries out for justice from the grave. Their blood cries out for justice. Who is here to hear them? Who will hear them? Will society be deaf? Will America be deaf because these people were not murdered by white police officers? Is that all? When we get back, we're going to talk about Black Lives Matter. Again, thank you for coming to the Will Austin Show here on iHeartRadio. We'll be back right after these messages.
All in together now. We can make it better now. Come on, can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
We rope it up,
Cause we know how to jump.
we roll it out,
Cause we know how to skate.
we'll cut it down,
Cause we know what to eat.
we'll swap it out.
We eat healthy stuff.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Yeah, well come on.
Today's a good day to grab your kids and hang out with them for an hour. Dance, walk, play a sport, or cook a healthy meal. Because just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your child healthier.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
We'll ball it up,
Cause we know how to hoop.
we'll mess around,
Cause we know how to play.
we'll drop it down,
Cause we know how to dance.
we'll veg it up.
Veggie night and day.
Can we do it?
Search We Can online to find doable tips and activities that you can use every day to keep you and your kids healthy. Remember, that's We Can. A message from the Ad Council, HHS, and NIH's We Can program.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese.
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzzed driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzzed driving, because buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hey, is that a faucet running?
Nope, that's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest.
It is?
Yeah, forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink. The water comes straight from the forest to us. In fact...
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
How do trees clean the air?
They soak up the dirty air on their leaves, branches, and trunks, which means clean air for us.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yep, but the forest does more than give us clean air and water. It gives us shade for hot days, birds to listen to, and trees to climb.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know how cool the forest could be. Hey, let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You have discriminating taste and an eye for the impressive. You need to surround yourself with not only beauty, but quality. That is why you are looking for a new construction home for you and your family. Let the experts at New Homes of Tampa Bay guide you to and through your new home purchase process. With access to hundreds of model homes throughout the Tampa Bay area, New Homes of Tampa Bay is sure to find that perfect match of budget and beauty you are looking for. New Homes of Tampa Bay can save you thousands of dollars while costing you nothing. Call us today before you start your new home search. New Homes of Tampa Bay at 813-770-9452 and at www.newhomestpa.com. All right, we're back with more of the Will Austin Show here on Blog Talk Radio. You know what? I'm sorry. We're not on Blog Talk tonight. We're on iHeartRadio. We appreciate it. Yes, and I've said it that way since March of 2008. Over 1,400 shows. So forgive me. We haven't done nearly as many iHeartRadio shows. We're hoping to, and that's how we're moving forward. So excuse me if I sometimes get them confused. Forget what I'm doing. But we were talking about do Black Lives Matter and where the heck is Sharpton? Where is Sharpton? I'm guessing that he hasn't contacted Ken McClinton to ask how he can help. Help find the killer of Sharnice, and call for an end of the violence in the urban community in our nation's capital. Where is George Soros? Where is the liberal left? Where are they here in Tampa to try to find the killers of Edward Harris, the fourth, gunned down in a park yesterday? Where is the liberal left? Where are they? Well, I'll tell you why. Because when a black child or a black woman is not killed by a white police officer, we saw more of a stir the other day, especially in social media, when there was this body cam videotape of this pregnant black woman getting manhandled and tossed to the ground and cuffed by a white police officer. Now, she was not killed. She was not even hurt, from what I understand. But there was more, oh my God, look at this on social media. I'm talking about Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr. Look at this. Look how horrible this is. Black Lives Matter. Well, oh, hell no, they don't. I can tell you that black lives don't matter because of the number of children that have been murdered in utero. So it is obvious. It is apparent to me. It is easy to see that black lives don't matter, or some matter a lot less than others. You know, that apparently some matter a lot less. According to lifenews.com, 78% of the abortions in New York in 2014 were done on black and Hispanic babies. A report from the Centers for Disease Control confirms that 78% of the abortions done in babies, on babies really, in New York City were done on babies who were black and Hispanic. No rioting in the streets. No Jesse Jackson. No MSNBC. Justice for the unborn. No. Why? Because it's part of the leftist experiment for blacks and for poor Hispanics and poor blacks to self-exterminate. The CDC confirms that 77.56% of abortions in 2011 were done on African American and Hispanic babies. 3/4 of the abortions that were done in 2011 were done on black and Hispanic babies. The abortion surveillance report published by the CDC, which the latest abortion numbers for 2011 showed that there were 76,251 abortions in New York City that year. For that total, 9,550 abortions were of white babies, which is 12% of the total. 35,188 babies were black. A lion's share of the total, 46.1% of the total. 35,000 children, black children, were killed in New York in 2011, and they were not killed by white cops. And nobody gives a damn. $35,000 in one city big city, in one year. 35,000. Now, for those of us who live in you know what, if you live in Madison, if you live in Chicago, the place where the Blackhawks play hockey only holds about 22,000 people. It's more than that of black children that were murdered in utero in New York City in 2011. 35,000. Not 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 that were killed by white cops, but 35,000 murdered in utero in New York City in 2011. Where is Al Sharpton? Where is Jesse Jackson? Where is the liberal left? Where are the left? Where's the left when they say, you know what, we got to do something about these white cops because these white cops, I mean, it's open season on black men. Well, let me tell you a little secret. It's been open season on black babies since the advent of Planned Parenthood. It was a freaking bumper crop in 2011 in New York. 35,188. And nobody said a word. Nobody said a damn word. And black people have been anesthetized to think that this is good for you, that this is good for us. That you know, that this whole idea of a woman's right to choose is an idea that has anesthetized the black community, and we are being exterminated by our own hand, being told that this is the best thing for us. Isn't it interesting that whenever we're talking about political demographics, we're always talking about the shrinking numbers of black people and the increase in Hispanics. That the demographics are turning brown from the minority demographics are turning from black to brown. Well, why is that? Even in this particular instance, we talk about, let's see, and I read this. Let me read from this again. This is from the abortion surveillance report published by the CDC, which the latest abortion numbers are for 2011. Okay, in New York City in 2011, there was 76,251 abortions. From that total, only 9,550 abortions were of white babies, which is about 12.5% of the total. 35,188 babies were black, 46.1% of the total, and only 23,959 were Hispanic, 31.4% of the total. And others were about 7,540, 54 others. 9.9%, which includes Asians and Native Americans, as well as those babies not reported by race. 35. That number is startling. And there is no outrage. Think about this. Blacks, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, make up about 25.5% of the population of New York City. 25%, and had 46% of the abortions. Black people make about 25% of the population of New York City and had 46% of the abortions. It's insane. Now, white folks comprise 44% of the New York City population and only made up about 12.5% of total abortions in that city. It is open season. It's open season on black babies. Where's the outrage? Where the hell is Al Sharpton? Because they've got Al Sharpton to get you to buy into killing your own children is okay. My friend Sonny Johnson said this at Right Online. She said, "You know what? Kings and queens do not kill. They do not kill their own children. They kill for their children, but they don't kill their own children. We are murdering our future." We are murdering our own children. And for all any of this, later on when we talking about horrible injustices and horrible things like the murder of Sharnice Milton or Ed Harris IV here in Tampa, we've got to look at who are the good guys and who are the bad guys. It's pretty obvious to me that the government and the liberal left is not the good guy in the urban community, especially when it comes to black people and black babies. When they can get black people to only think that Black Lives Matter, if indeed of this very narrow situation that doesn't even happen all that often, that's the only time that Black Lives matter, that Black lives in utero don't matter. That if you're pregnant with a black baby, that black baby doesn't matter. That life doesn't matter. And if you get killed by another black person, then your life doesn't matter as much as someone who gets killed by a white police officer. That is what the liberal left, that mentality is being pushed in the black community, and black people are picking up on it. Because we can't tell who has the white hats and who has the black hats. We can't tell who the good guys are or the bad guys, because the bad guys show up with gifts. The bad guys show up with money for community centers. The bad guys show up with a little money in their back pocket for black pastors. I mean, the bad guys show up with bribes. The bad guys fulfill some of your needs for the moment. The good guys say you can do it yourself. The good guys say, the worst thing I can do for you right now is give you everything that you need when you're perfectly capable of doing it yourself. The good guys do that and get hated on by the bad guys. So we can't even tell who the good guys and the bad guys are, when it is the liberal left who are the bad guys, who are allowing us to be murdered and killed in huge numbers, allowing us to think that some of our lives are more important depending on what parameters they set up and are willing to support financially. We will only care if a black life is murdered by a white police officer. We are not going to participate. As a matter of fact, we're going to encourage that black lives don't matter as much if they happen to be aborted babies. Then that's actually good for you. That's actually a right you have. That we have been fooled, that we have been duped into thinking that we have the right to kill our own children, so we can self-exterminate. It always blows me away when someone calls me a self-hating Negro, when the liberal left is pushing an agenda in the urban community that is allowing black people to self-extinguish by keeping the black man out of the black family, making sure that black boys do not know how to grow up and be strong black men, that it stays a children of a corn mentality in the black community, in the urban community, to make sure that the few children that escaped abortion somehow self-extinguish themselves and I'm the self-hating Negro. That blows me away. All right, we got to get out of here. Thanks for coming to the Will Austin Show. Listen, we'll be back in a few minutes to tell you about what we've got planned for the rest of the week until we see. So just hang on. We'll be right back. Again, this show is brought to you by our friends at New Homes of Tampa Bay. We'll be right back. You have discriminating taste and an eye for the impressive. You need to surround yourself with not only beauty, but quality. That is why you are looking for a new construction home for you and your family. Let the experts at New Homes of Tampa Bay guide you to and through your new home purchase process. With access to hundreds of model homes throughout the Tampa Bay area, New Homes of Tampa Bay is sure to find that perfect match of budget and beauty you are looking for. New Homes of Tampa Bay can save you thousands of dollars while costing you nothing. Call us today before you start your new home search. New Homes of Tampa Bay at 813-770-9452 and at www.newhomestpa.com.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two.
Come on, hit a homer, Jesse!
Let's go, guys!
Hey, did you guys know that kids who play sports earn more money when they grow up?
Of course. I knew that.
Hey, did you guys know that kids who read books have a bigger vocabulary?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Wow, jinx. Did you guys know that friendly children have more friends?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's true. I knew that. Did you guys know that winter babies are better at music?
Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obvious.
Oh, hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Huh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure I knew that.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to report a bear sighting.
Location.
In the woods, just outside of town.
Oh, not surprising. You've got your home. Bears have theirs.
Yeah, but see, this wasn't just any bear. This bear was wearing jeans and a hat, as in Smokey Bear.
Jeans and a hat. That's definitely Smokey. What exactly did he have to say?
Well, we were about to head home, after having a bonfire.
Oh, I can guess where this is going.
Right. See, Smokey told me the fire wasn't actually out. He said if it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
That's true. Did you know that 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans? That means 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
Wow, no kidding?
I'm a forest ranger. We never kid.
Sorry.
that was a joke.
Oh.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference, because 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at smokeybear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
All right, we're back with more of the Will Austin Show here on Blog Talk Radio. It is a week. I did it again, didn't I? Welcome to the Will Austin Show here on iHeartRadio. I did it again. That's twice. I'd been so good, and now I screwed it up twice in a row. My apologies. We're really happy to be here on iHeartRadio. We tried, and now we're here. And I don't want anybody to think differently that I don't appreciate it, because I really, really do. I was looking around the internet during the break for an article on Charnice, and there was one in kind of a weird place, written by Richard Prince, that was published on the 31st, yesterday, at 2:30 in the afternoon, on the root in the root.com, which is a black website. I'm going to read a little bit of it to you, because I want to know where the leftists are. I want to know where they are, why they're not in the street screaming for justice for Charnice. Charnice, a 27-year-old African-American reporter who committed herself to covering the blackest, most neglected portion of the District of Columbia, was shot to death Wednesday night when police said she was used as a human shield in an exchange of gunfire by two groups of dirt bike riders. Charnice Milton, who lived in the East Anacostia River, the area she covered, was a contributor to the Capital Community News and was a graduate of Ball State and the S.I. Newhouse School of Public Communication at Syracuse University. She was shot as she walked on one of the area's major streets to transfer buses. Milton had covered the monthly meeting of a community advisory committee. At 9:28, she texted me and said, "I'm on my way home." The victim's mother, Francine Milton, said. Derek Ward and Andrea Salwick reported on Friday for Washington's WRC TV that the NBC owned and operated station. So I was waiting for her to text me back and let me know when she needed me to pick her up, if she needed us, where she was, and we never got that text that last night. Their daughter was rushed to a hospital where she died. Perry Stein added for the Washington Post, Milton largely wrote about the news in Wards 7 and 8, and those she encountered while reporting said she was determined to show that these neighborhoods were more than just the city's poorer wards, but rather communities filled with hardworking individuals who want to make the city better. Her editor, Andrew Lightman, the managing editor for Capital Community News, noted that Milton was one of the few people in the city doing the grassroots level reporting in the east of the river communities. Her loss, he said, will be felt in these stories will no longer get covered. Not only did they gun down a young woman, they also silenced one of our reporters, Lightman said. I think that it's a real loss not only for us and her family, but the communities that she covered. She was one of the handful of reporters across the district who was looking at the nuts and bolts of everyday life. Milton's parents said she overcame the speech problems in her early life to get a communications scholarship to Ball State University after graduating from Bishop McNamara High. She eventually received a master's degree from Syracuse, according to the story by Jennifer Dolian of the Associated Press and Tom Rusi of WJLA-TV, an ABC affiliate. She loved to cover the area east of Anacostia, where she grew up. She could have worked at any news media organization she wanted to, said her father, Kim McClinton. She had the credentials, she had the expertise, she had the knowledge, but she sacrificed and stayed and wrote in Ward 8. Everyone said the same thing, that she was just a beautiful young lady, said Francine Milton, the victim's mother. And she loved to write, she loved people, and most of all, she loved God. Mayor Muriel Bowser called for the public's help while out in her community walk Thursday, WTTG-TV, the Fox affiliate reported. We want to know, said Bowser. We want the people. We know that people were in and around the area. We have gotten very little information, and we need the public to provide information so Charnice's killer can be captured. So now we're at a place where Charnice gets murdered and everybody goes silent. Charnice is murdered and everybody goes silent. If Charnice was shot by a white cop, everybody and their freaking grandmama would have seen it and couldn't wait to get on the news to say what they saw. But because it wasn't like that, everybody is freaking silent. Everybody is deaf, mute, and blind. We got to do better. My name is Willie Lawson, and this is the Willie Lawson Show on iHeartRadio. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, take care of yourself.